guys, here live again on Friday. Boy, it's been a fast week, hasn't it? At least it has been for me. Let me get my chat up for YouTube here. Okay. Well, as I was making my cards, at first I didn't think I was going to have a theme. I know usually I like to have a little bit of a theme. And then when I got done with that, I thought, you know what, I've used all 5 in colors. So these are going to be some new in colors, color combos that you might want to use. I think they turned out pretty good. I really like the new in colors. They are so pretty. So let's go ahead and go over a couple things real quick. I want to make sure that you don't forget about some really neat things going on right now. The annual catalog kickoff celebration. You can get $25 more in free stuff if you host a workshop. That includes doing a personal order yourself. So if your order is at least $250 before shipping and tax, you'll get $25 added to your Stampin' Rewards. So with a $250 order, you normally get $25 in Stampin' Rewards. You're going to get $50 in Stampin' Rewards. It's a really good deal. And if you can't do that on your own, which I'm sure that's a lot of you, that's a lot of money. If you do a catalog, you have 2 different workshops that I offer. You can do a catalog/online order workshop. That's when you just pass out the catalog, or everybody just places orders online. They get a host code and you get the benefits from their orders. And I also have virtual Facebook parties. And those are a lot of fun, and everybody can attend those in their PJs. And the best deal, say you do host a workshop and you have your Stampin' Rewards, you can actually use your Stampin' Rewards to sign up to become a demonstrator and get everything that you order from Stampin' Up at a discount. And this is a great time to do that. Oops, hold on, I just hit something. There we go. There's a pick a free bundle. So if you used your Stampin' Rewards towards the $99 for a kit, you would pay less than $99. Plus, you would get to pick a free bundle out of the annual catalog. And the most expensive one is the Blossoms and Blooms bundle. And that one, I actually did a live a couple weeks ago with that. And I've got a link to that video below if you want to check that out. Beautiful bundle. So you get that added to your kit for free. Plus, you still get the normal up to $125 in current Stampin' Up! Product, $50 worth of business supplies. And one thing I forgot to add to that picture, you also get a paper pumpkin kit. So it's a really good deal. So you can take advantage of both our promos this month. And I want to bring up my Technique Club one more time. I'd like to start next week, but I don't have a full 12 people right now. I have 3 spots still open, so we may not start until July. So it just depends how many people I have signed up here in the next couple days. You have to commit to a $20 order. One of the months you are going to be the host and earn all the Stampin' Rewards. So if we do a full 12-month, you'll learn 12 techniques. If we only do 11, then it'll be 11 techniques. It's a great way to get different supplies and not to miss out on any promos when you place an order. Hi, Amy Pal. I'm glad you're here. I haven't seen you forever. Okay, so that's my Technique Club. So if you're interested in that, you can either click the Contact Me button if you're watching on YouTube, or you can message me here on Facebook. Okay, I'm going to hurry up and switch. We're going to start having some fun here. I'm going to start making some cards. And let me get my chat up for YouTube. Hi, Susan and Sharon. Oh, somebody from the UK. I'm glad you're here, Sharon. Okay, I think you're new. Susan, I think you might have been on here before. I think I recognize that name. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I'm going to be featuring all the new in colors, and so you get some new color combos. The first one I'm going to show you, and this all new product I'm using too. So the first card is going to feature the Hippo Happiness. I think this is such a cute bundle, and I love the die set. There are 25 dies in this, and if you purchase these together as a bundle, you save 10% rather than purchasing them separately. And I love all the labels in it, and then die cuts all the little cute animals in it. So I'll show you how to do that here in a minute. And the color combo I'm using, first I'll show you the 2 in colors I'm using, the Magenta Madness and Just Jade, but I'm also going to use Basic Gray and Gray Granite. So this is a cute little color combo you can use with our new in colors. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to grab a piece of Just Jade. This is 8.5 by 5.5. And I'm going to fold this in half. Let's find my bone folder here. There we go. That nice crisp crease. So that's ready to go. And now I'm also using the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder. This is in the Peony Garden suite, but I'm going to use it on 2 of my cards today. So it's going to be a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 gray granite. And don't worry about writing all these sizes down. I'm going to put them in a blog post, and I'll put a link to that as soon as that blog post is up and ready. But you put that inside your Dainty Diamonds 3D folder, and it comes out with this. Hopefully you can see that. I think you can. But it's a really neat, it's not a real, it doesn't have a real high embossing, I should say that. But there are 3D. There's some that are higher than others. So that's why it's 3D. But it's a real ornate looking, delicate looking folder. I like it a lot. Like it enough that I'm using it on 2 cards today. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and grab, this is a piece of the In Color paper for the 2020-2022 In Colors. It's a 6x6 Designer Series pack, and this is a Magenta Madness. And I'm going to be using the brand new Stampin' Seal. Love this. It is a little bit of a learning curve, but it sticks so much better than our snail. I am really impressed with it. I don't think I have, oh, do I have a snail here? Oh, here we go. This will show you the different, how the size is different. See how little the snail is next to that? And this one has a nice place to put your fingers. It really fits in your hand really, really well. And this has a lot stronger adhesive than this. When you compare them together, I didn't bring a scrap, I meant to. This looks a lot thinner than this does when you compare them. I'll have to do that in another video. But this is a brand new one I haven't started off with. So what you do, you kind of move it up a little bit until you feel the sticky. Then you know it's up all the way. I'm going to turn this over. Now it says you don't have to do the little check. I think I'm having a little trouble just pulling it up. So I'm still doing my little check. It's probably just because I'm used to doing it. But you do just a really light. You don't have to do very hard. I don't know if you can see, but it's really strong. And we've also got ones even stronger than this. And if it makes it to where it doesn't, there we go. You just have to roll it a little bit. There we go, get it going again. I've noticed that when you first start it, it may not work as well. And then once you get going, you don't have any problems with it. Because now I'm not having any problems. But if you ever do, if the adhesive doesn't come off, you just roll that just a little bit to get it going again. But I'm really impressed with this. And it's like at least 3 yards more than our snail too. So I'm really liking that. So let's go ahead and put this, and it is working so far great on my embossing. So I'm not going to bother to bring my multi-purpose glue out. Even though that still works really good on the embossing, I always tend to get glue on my fingers, and I just like it better using this. So now I've got the card base ready. Now we're going to grab a piece of Whisper White. This is a 3 3/4 by 2 1/4, and it's going to be die cut. I forgot to get my dies out. We're going to be using this die here, the little hippo. Let's see, there's a little bow, there it is. This little squiggly piece, and the butterfly. I just love all the little dies in that. Let me grab, this is a photopolymer set, so I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. And this is a used piece, but that's okay, it'll still work. I meant to get a newer one just so it looked nicer. But I'm going to take, I'm getting ahead of myself. So this one's just going to be die cut because I'm going to stamp later. So you would put this through your die cutting machine, and you will come out with this. And I'm going to stamp Hippo Birthday with my Just Jade. I really like this green. And I'm going to stamp it here in the bottom. Let me see if I get this. Probably should stand up. Oh, that's pretty straight. If I can do that straight when I'm at an angle, then you can definitely do it. A lot easier when you can put your head over it. So we've got that ready to go. So I'm going to put that over to the side. And you probably can't see it on here. That's one thing with videos. There is a nice little line that goes all the way around here. Kind of gives a little border to this. So that way you know that you're on the right side when you're stamping. Okay. Yes, Susan, you're right. No sound like the snail. That's the other thing I love about it. You don't have that sound. Like that a lot too. And this is a cute bundle. I love it. Oh yeah, Susan, you will like this adhesive whenever you do get it. I like it a lot. Okay, now I'm going to grab another piece of Whisper White. It can just be a scrap, but this happens to be a 3 by 2.5. And I'm going to stamp the cute little hippo. I love this hippo. And I'm going to use gray granite. What I'm going to do, the one that is smaller, that does the part I want to be darker, ink that up, stamp it first. Then, hi Marlene. Okay, so I inked this up with the same color, but I'm going to stamp off. And I'm going to line this up. This time I am going to stand up. Get that lined up. If I stand up, it makes it so I don't have to get my head in the way. So you can still see what I'm doing. There we go. See how easy that was to line up? Gotta love that. So there's my little hippo, but he needs some eyes. So let's grab this little face here, and this is what I'm going to use my basic gray with. And when I say he, I'm actually going to make this a girl. It'd be super easy to have it be a boy hippo too. So you could just change the colors up a bit and make it, see how easy that was? And I'll make it a boy, and I'll show you. I didn't do another color combo, but I'll show you how you can change, because I'm going to put a little bow on the head, but you could put a bow down here and it'd be a little bow tie, and that would make a cute little boy. Hi Diana, glad you're here. Okay, now we need the butterfly, so I'm bringing in the Magenta Madness. This is such a bright and, not really neon pink. I really like this pink. If you love bright, colorful pinks, you're going to like this one a lot. I'm throwing stamps around. I got to find what I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. So once again, I'm going to use the same color ink for both layers. So I'm going to stamp my butterfly, and then here's the one that colors it in. I'm going to stamp off. Oops. Help if I quit moving the paper. There we go. So now I've got that colored in. Now I could have easily used another color, but I just wanted to do that. Let me get a little closer so you can see how good that is. Really cute. That hippo was just adorable. Okay, now I'm going to stamp some balloons. We're going to need 2 pink balloons. Put one there. Doesn't really matter because these are all going to be die cut. Grab my chamois because I'm going to stamp one in Just Jade. Then I think I've got everything stamped. There we go. So now that's all we need there. And these are all going to be die cut. So I love how we've got dies for just about everything anymore. I mean, of course, we've still got stamp sets that don't have dies. But I am a sucker for these dies. And you just line them perfectly inside that opening. I say this probably every time I line these up. I love our dies. Oops, I forgot my little bow. I knew I was forgetting something. So here's our little bow. I'm going to do that in the pink, the Magenta Madness. And we'll just stamp that right there. I knew that looked like I was missing something. So we've got our little bow right here. And then you've got your little balloon. Oh, I forgot to get that die out. There it is. So of course there's only one balloon, so we'd have to run it through a few times, but you get all of those die cut. And this little guy just needs a scrap piece of basic gray. You can tell I've already die cut those, and you'll need 2 of them. So I've already did all that ahead of time. So let me get all my little pieces out. Okay, find that little bow. There we go. Alrighty, so that's all the stamping we need to do on that one, except for the inside. We do have to stamp. Let's go ahead and get that done. I didn't do an inside on this one, that's right. My other 2 cards had insides. So now we've got all of these little pieces. Now this one was all ready because I'm going to cut these in half because I didn't need the string to be that long. So this is a half of the one I made from my original. So I'll just cut this one close to half. It doesn't have to be perfect. So now we've got 3 little strings for the balloons. There are balloons. Okay, now we'll start putting this together. Grab my stamp and seal. Make sure I'm doing the right. Oh yeah, of course, I forgot I stamped on it. I've been using snail for so long, it's hard to remember to use the right name. See how easy that was. And I still, like I said, I still do the check even though they say you don't have to. I'm just used to doing that. When you get in the habit of doing something, it's hard to break that habit. Okay, so there's that little label. This little girl I'm going to put on with some dimensionals. I think she just needs 2. I'll put one here at her head Down here, grab take your pick tool, pick these off, put that in the trash, and she's going to go right about here. When I first made the card, I actually didn't put the bow on. I'm like, oh, she needs something. So I'm take my little bow, I'm going to grab a glue dot. And then if you see any of the glue dots showing, which it looks like I do here, there at the top, I didn't get right in the center. I'm going to take my finger and just kind of bring that down a little bit so you don't see the glue dot anymore. And then put that right on her little head. There we go. Now she looks even more adorable. Let me get that closer to you. Oops, I keep getting in my watermark. There we go. Okay, now we're going to put these balloons on. Now I'm going to grab my silicone mat here, because what I'm going to do, turn these little guys over, if I can get a hold of these. I had to cut my fingernails, so I'm having trouble picking things up. Okay, actually I think I'm going to use, when I made this original I used my stamp and seal, but I think I'm going to use a glue dot this time. Just put one right here at the bottom. Make sure, I'm sorry I was getting out of the screen. There we go. And then I'm just going to put this right on that glue dot. That looks pretty, oops, I got that upside down. You probably can't see this in the video, but there is a right side. This one looks kind of flat and has some grooves in it. So I want to make sure I've got the good side showing from the front. So there's that balloon. Grab a glue dot. And that's the nice thing about the silicone mat. I can just lay that on there and it's going to come right back up again because the silicone mat makes it so the glue doesn't stick to it permanently. Comes off super easy. And we've got one more string. There we go. Get that out of the way. Actually, I'm going to want one on my butterfly too. Whenever I put a butterfly on a card, I usually just put adhesive there in the middle. That way, oops, I got a glue dot on my thumb there. There we go. That way I can kind of bend these wings up a little bit. So I'm going to put that on my mat too. That way it doesn't stick on something I don't want it to. We are now going to, I'm trying to look at my card. Oh yeah, this one I wanted popped up with a dimensional. So we'll grab another dimensional and I'm going to make sure I cover up that just a little bit. Hi Cheryl, glad you're here. Okay, I'm losing things already, and this is only the first card. My goodness. Oops, there, I can get hold of it. Now I'm going to put this right here in the corner. Okay, and these I just want to put on like so down below. I just want the green one popped up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my glue dots again. We have intertwine just a little bit. There we go. And this one. And I'm tucking these pink ones, the strings, underneath the green one. There we go. So now we've got our little balloons. And if you don't like these moving around, I think it's okay. But if you don't like that moving around, you could put a little glue dot right underneath there and push those down. But I think it looks fine without that. Take off this extra paper here. Okay, we've got one more thing to put on, and this card is going to, well, no, I take that back. We're going to put this on, but then I have one more thing I'm going to add. Get that little butterfly on there. I'm going to curl her little wings up. So I almost stopped there, and I thought, oh, wait a minute. I've got these wonderful enamel dots. These are in the new in colors. I'm going to use the Just Jade since I don't want to put a pink one on there. So let me pick another Just Jade one up, put it right here in the middle, and we are done with that card. So that's the first card I've made with Hippo Happiness, and I really think it's cute. I like that a lot. Okay, so we got that card done. Now I'm going to be using, let's try to get, that's one thing when you're making 3 different cards in one video, you've got things everywhere. Might take me a second here to get everything together. Now I'm going to be using the Boho Indigo Product Medley. Now our product medleys come with a ton of stuff. It comes with the Boho Indigo Bundle. You get all of this for $70. Yeah, I don't think it's 70, it's 70. You get the die set and the stamp set. And so that is worth more than half of what the product medley costs right there. You also get these 2 beautiful ribbons. This is a Night and Navy one. I love the look of that one. And then you've also got this gold ribbon, and that's what I'm going to be using here on today's card. These super cute, I keep getting on the video, sorry, paper flowers. Now, I'm going to be using one of the big ones. To me, they almost feel like felt, so I wonder if it's like mulberry paper. It's thicker than mulberry paper, but it has the feel of felt, but thinner than felt too. But they're really cute. I wish that, there we go, that might look a little bare. I saw it getting blurry. But it has a really cute little bead in the middle, so that's what that is in the middle. So we need one of those. And there's also some small ones. You get 20 of each. Plus you get a ton of paper. There's like 48 sheets of designer paper. See all these, and it's blue, I'm trying to think, Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight, and Garden Green are the colors that are in. This is very vanilla. But aren't those papers pretty? Sorry, I'm getting out of the video again. Then you've got labels, and one thing, if you saw my unboxing video, this is hilarious. I know I'm out of the screen now. I'm just trying to get a hold of some things. When I was showing these labels off, if I would have just turned them over, I thought they were just this. That's all I was showing. They have gold around them. So there are those. Oh, there's another. I must have kept it in there. Oh, no, they're in here. So then I have a nice little gold thing around them. Same with these. You've got some die cuts here. And the one I'm gonna be using one of these. It's gonna be this one. Well, actually, you get 2 sheets of these. You get 2 sheets of all of the die cuts. So that's the one I'm gonna use. I love the gold that's in that. And then here's another set of labels with the flowers. I can't believe I didn't turn those around during that live, but you get 2 of those, and these are all embossed vanilla pieces. So you get 2 each of those. So pretty cool. All that for $70. Really good deal. So I think I've got everything out. And this is just something that I bought myself. It was a little 6x6 box so I could store little papers. I went ahead and wrote the colors down with my Sharpie pen. And then whenever I want to use this for something else, all I have to do is take some like rubbing alcohol or take hand sanitizer, and it comes right off. So that's what I'm going to store mine in. So the dies I'm going to need, I need this one here, and this one, and this one. I think that's, oh no, I need the flowers too. So we've got all those out. Get that over here to the side. Don't need those ribbons either, so put those back. Okay, now I'm going to bring in a piece of Misty Moonlight. Oh, I forgot to show you the color combo for this one. I'm using Garden Green, Bumblebee, and Misty Moonlight, and Crumb Cake. So these 2 here in the middle are the 2 new in colors, and I added Crumb Cake and Garden Green. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my I keep wanting to call this Midnight. It's Misty Moonlight. There we go. One of these days I'll get the name of this color right. I love this blue. It is so pretty. And I'm sure the video is not giving it justice. It always looks a little different in person than it does on the video. But there's that. Then I need a piece of Very Vanilla, 4 by 5 1/4. Bring in my Pierce mat again. I think all the stamp sets I'm using today are photopolymer, so I definitely want to make sure I have this Stampin' Pierce mat underneath it. I'm going to grab all of the vases. 2 of them I'm going to do in the Misty Moonlight. Oh, it would help if I got, this is actually the one I want. This one is a piece of Very Vanilla that's 4.5 by 2.5. I'm going to stamp this. Isn't that a pretty vase? I love that. I'll give you a closer look here in just a minute. There's this one, the thin one, and then this big one I decided to do in Crumb Cake. Now this is not one of the colors they have listed in the colors of the product medley, but I thought it looked really good. So, yeah, I like those colors together. I like the Crumb Cake with the blues. Okay. So those are going to be die cut with these. I love that we've got dies for all of the vases. So these were all die cut. There's the one for that one. And there's the big one for that one. So you would run that through your die cutting machine. And you would come out with these. So I've got all of those cut out ahead of time. So put those here. And then I've got another blue piece of Very Vanilla. It could just be a scrap piece. See if I can get a hold of it here. And I'm going to stamp a group of flowers. Oh, there it is. Can find my stamp there for a second. With the bumblebee. And the bumblebee is another color that is not in the color combo of the Boho Indigo Product Suite. But I thought it looked good too. So there we've got the flowers. And those have a die too. So you would die cut those out. And you would come out, oops, with these two right here. Okay, now let me look at my card. Yeah, we still got some stamping to do. Let me get these out of the way. Now we're going to bring this in. Now I'm going to take a piece of the Designer Series paper that's in the medley. This is a 4 by 1.5. I like this side too. I went back and forth, but I thought since I already had those so blue, I would use this side. But that one is awful pretty too. And I love, there are 8 sheets to each pattern, if I'm remembering right. I think that's what it is. Okay, I'm going to put this right along the bottom. It's going to be kind of like a tablecloth thing here. So we've got that on there. I'm sorry, I'm getting out of the video again. I think I've got it zoomed in a little too much and I keep thinking I'm still in the video. Okay, I'm going to lay these down where I want them. I'm not attaching them yet. Because I'm not going to be able to put this big one right in the middle since these two are both different widths, the ones on the end. So I'm just going to kind of lay them down where I want them. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to bring this big leaf one out with my garden green. Get this going. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold on to this, put this about where I want it, then move this out of the way and stamp it. Okay, so that's ready to go. I think that's all the garden green. Well, no, we'll be using that on the inside of the card. So we've got that ready, and I think we can start putting stuff together. So I need to grab my leaf die cut right there, and my little flower. Don't want to lose that. I'm going to start attaching these. This one, I decided it needed a little something, so that's why I'm going to put this flower on. I'm going to grab a glue dot. There we go. And I'm going to put that right in the top, right like so. So now I've got a little flower on my pot. Didn't get it right in the center, but that's okay. Let me move it over a little bit. There we go. Perfect. That one I wanted to be popped up. Actually, I'm going to pop up these two right here. So we'll put, since this is kind of thick, I'm going to kind of put one over here so it doesn't wobble on me once I put it on. This one, since it's thin, we can just put one on the top and one on the bottom. So lay those there. Now I'm going to be putting this guy before I start attaching things. This one's going to go under here. Just get everything about where I want it. I can go ahead, since I've got the leaves stamped on this one, I'm going to go ahead and get it attached. Well, I'm not doing good on this today. There we go. I like to do that because that way all the little pieces of paper get on my take your pick tool instead of my house, all over my house. Okay, so that one is attached now. This one I'm just going to lay there. Let's go ahead and put some Stampin' Seal on here. I'm just going to put some here on the leaf part. I'm not going to worry about the stem because that's going to be tucked underneath my vase. So I'm going to lay that where I want it. Kind of make it angle up. I'm kind of pushing on the bottom so the top of it is sticking up a little bit for me. There we go. Now we can start put this down and this one down. And you'll see why I'm not popping up the last vase here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and put this one on. There we go. This one with my Stampin' Seal. Oops. And that one is going to go right here. Now these are the guys I'm going to pop up. But I wanted them, this I just thought it needed more than just those 3 flowers. So I'm going to put a little bit of the Stampin' Seal right here. And attach these to where it looks pretty good to me, just there in the middle. Okay, so now we've got a little wider flowers coming out of it. And those I'm going to put on, like I said, with dimensionals. I think I'm going to put one right here where they meet, so so they'll stay attached even better. Gotta stop throwing things around. I can't find them. There we go. Now the way I do this, I scoop it up. Sometimes I don't get the scoop right, and that's why it doesn't come off right away. I'm going to put that right here at the top of my vase. Okay. Now I could have just put this on the card. Oh, I need to put my thank you. I almost forgot that. So all of these stamps I'm using on this card are the Boho Indigo, are from that Boho Indigo stamp set. So I'm going to stamp my thank you up here with the Misty Moonlight. Oop, I said the name right. Yay! Maybe I'll get it right one of these days. There, we've got the thank you. Now I'm going to take a piece. I've got the gold ribbon that comes in the kit. I'm going to take the longer one. This is a 6-inch piece. Grab my silicone mat again. And I think this does such a good job on the ribbon too. Snail did pretty good too, but this really adheres it really well. Make sure, oh, that I didn't get any sticky on. Hold on a minute. There we go. Now I heard it. And I'm going to put that down here along the bottom. So I thought it just needed a little shine to it, not just the blue on there. So I've got those attached to the back. Then I'm going to, let's go ahead and put this on the card first. I was going to put my little knotted piece on there, and that makes it a little harder to put the adhesive on. And I'm going to make sure I put some adhesive on the ribbon. There we go. Like I said, make sure you don't push too hard when you use that Stampin' Seal. It works a lot better if you don't use a real, if you use a lighter touch. Okay, so that's on there. Now I'm going to take my 5-inch piece, put it in here. I just think this is easier to do rather than wrap it around and tie a knot. And it uses a little less ribbon that way. And I'm only going to tie a single knot. Now this ribbon is kind of, I can't think of the word. It's kind of tough, not tough, it's rigid. There we go. So make sure you tie that real tight, but once you do, it's not going to come apart. I like that a lot. I wasn't sure if a single knot was going to be enough, and when I got done with it yesterday when I made this card, it was fine. Trim those ends at an angle, and there's the front of the card. I really like the vases on this. Oh yeah, like Susan was saying too on YouTube, if you're on there, you can use this over and over again. And the neat thing is there's also a refill. And I forgot to look up the price of the refill. So if you use everything up in your medley, of course you'll still have the stamp set and the die set, but you can buy the refill to give you all the paper flowers, the ribbon, everything. So I really love that we've got a refill kit too. Because I have a feeling I'm going to use a lot of it up because I love these. Okay, let's go ahead and do the inside of the card real quick. With this being a darker color, I wanted to have a nice inside. And I wanted to be able to show you how easy it is to line these stamps up. Here's my crumb cake. I decided to do the big vase. Just going to stamp it here in the corner. Okay. And then I'm going to grab, where did it go? There we go, my leaves die again. With my garden green, and I'm going to line it right on the top. There we go, and there it is. Had some green on my finger. That's what that little line is, if you see that. But there's the inside of my card. That's all I'm going to do. And I think it also, this works better if you don't do it on the Stampin' Pierce mat. If you use it on a harder surface, I think it works a lot better too. Love it. And I can't wait to use our Stampin' Seal Plus. That's when I make 3D projects. I'm going to have to do a video with some 3D projects to show you how good that works too. There we go. If you remember our Fast Fuse, that did pretty good. This one's even stronger than Fast Fuse. So there's the inside of the card. So there's the second card. And now we've got one more in color. We've used some Magenta Madness, Just Jade, Bumblebee, and Misty Moonlight. Now we're going to use, let me find a place to put this. Let's see, we're going to use the Cinnamon Cider. That's the only one that's left. And I'm going to be using Petal Pink and Early Espresso. So this is the color combo I'm using. And you're going to love the bundle I'm using. I'm going to move some of these over so I can reach what I'm working with. Okay, we're going to be using the super cute Nothing's Better Than. I love this set. It is so adorable. if you have any coffee lovers, cookie lovers, cocktails, chocolate lovers, you're going to want this set. And then we've got some dies that go with it. And if you bundle them together, like all our bundles are 10% off. And if you decide that you want to sign up as a demonstrator, you would pick this out as your free bundle. All of the bundles I've shown, well, I'll take you back, except for this one. This one's part of the product medley. But the Hippo Happiness and this one are one of the bundles that are available to pick out from. And I love the dies. This one's we've got chocolate, cocktails, cookies, coffee, and this one says, love you more than. So if you're a coffee lover and you tell somebody you love them more than coffee, that's pretty serious. Okay, the dies I'm going to use, I'm doing chocolate. So I'm going to grab the chocolate, and I'm also going to show you how to use those new adhesive sheets. They do work the way our old ones did, in case you didn't know how to use those. And this is the die for the chocolate. Okay, get my other dies out of the way so they don't get mixed up. And I'm going to be using some other die sets. This is our Stitch Shapes dies that we've had forever. And I'm using the second to the largest circle. And I'm using the layering circles dies. And I'm using the second to the largest scallop. This is the largest, so this one's the second largest. And those are all the dies. I'm going to grab a piece of early espresso, 8.5 by 11, my card base again. Fold it in half. What I should do is probably fold these in half before the video. Put that to the side. Once again, I'm using the Dainty Diamonds folder. I'll bring that back out in case you missed the beginning of the video. And if you did, don't worry, you can always come back and watch it once the recording pops up as soon as the live's over. Put that in your folder, run it through the die cutting machine, and you get that pretty, I don't know if I'm showing it very well, but I'll keep turning it, hopefully you can see that. Okay, put that to the side. This is a piece from our In Good Taste Designer Series paper. It's 2 by 5 1/4, and I want to grab a banner triple punch. The widest you can get with this is 2 inches. That's what I've got here. Just put it in all the way. Now I've got a little banner. And I'm going to put that, let's go ahead and put these all on here so I don't lose them. I'm going to put the embossed piece on the center of the card base. Okay, put it right here in the center. Then I'm going to put the banner over on the left side. I love this In Good Taste paper. This has got some tile on the back of that, which is pretty cool too. I've been using this paper a lot. It's one of my favorites now. So many different things you can do with it. And I'm going to put this right over here on the left side, line it up with the top of the vanilla. There we go. So we've got that on there. Now we're going to do some stamping. I'm going to, let me show you how to do the die cut for the chocolate. Okay, this is a piece of the cinnamon cider. It's a 2 3/4 by 1, and I cut the same size piece out of the adhesive sheets. So this is also 2 3/4 by 1. Now you start playing around with it. I keep flicking it, and then one of the paper backings will come off. You'll see them separate. Well, here I'm at an angle. I can't see if I'm getting it. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to get it started. Well, let me try this. Sometimes if you fold it, of course, I had no trouble doing this earlier. When I'm live, then it doesn't want to work. Oh my goodness, this is embarrassing. Okay. You know what? Let's try take your picture. Maybe this is a good thing this is happening. I might find an easier way to do this. The one neat thing, it does come, let me show you the whole thing. It's a little different from our old one. This is a 12 by 6 piece, and it does come in sections. So if you say you're doing, this is 2-inch width. So it comes off really easy when you do that. But since I cut it, I only needed a 1-inch piece, so I just took a 1-inch strip. And on the other end, it doesn't come off as easy. If you do it right where oh, here we go. It's starting to separate now. There we go. Once it separates, it's super easy. Now, I'm going to find the part. This is the sticky side down here on the bottom. So I'm only going to peel away a little bit of it. Let me stand up so I can get a better angle here. Then line it up with the top. And then I'm going to pull the backing away, and it'll lay flat on the paper. So now we've got this whole piece has adhesive on the back. Then you grab the chocolate die, just put it right there in the middle. And I was surprised because that adhesive does make it a little thicker, especially with the paper backing. You run it through, and then you've made yourself a sticker. Let me grab mine. I went ahead and did it ahead of time. If I can get a hold of it here. So here I've got my paper backing on there and my chocolate. So now I don't have to worry about taking a little glue and just putting it in little spots. It's just the whole thing is covered. That simple. Then I needed a piece of Whisper White. I'm actually using vanilla and Whisper White on this one together. I didn't used to do that. We've had a few papers with both of them in, like our In Good Taste has both of them. And I really like the two together. I was kind of surprised. So you take the circle die and you die cut this out. And then you also go ahead and grab your 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch piece of early espresso. Is that the size of it? Yeah, 3 1/4. This one was 3 by 3, I think. And the scallop oval, you just run that through. So you've got your circles. And you come out with these two. And then I've got a little scrap piece of Whisper White. Grab my Pierce mat here again. When I get to the last card, I have things everywhere. Okay. There we've got that. I'm going to grab my little chocolate. It's got 2 stamps. This will give me my little swirls, and this one will color it in. I'm using early espresso. And whenever you do a 2-step, you want to start with the darkest color first. So I'm going to stamp that on there because that makes it so much easier to line up the second color. Because I'm going to be able to see it a lot easier because I'm going to use the cinnamon cider, which is a lot lighter. Now, they intentionally have made these smaller than this, so you have little white highlights. So you don't have to fret if it's not exact. There we go. So that, you can see how it's got little white. That just makes it look more cartoony. I like that. So that looks like some yummy chocolate there. I think I'm done with this. No, I will do the cider one more time. Okay, so we'll put these over here. And then these will be die cut with their dies. So you just put that right there, line it up like so, and then run it through your die cutting machine. Oh, I take that back. I'm so glad I remembered this. I decided I wanted these to sparkle a little bit. So I'm taking my clear Wink of Stella. You always want to shake it up when you start to use it, and it gets the glitter all shook up. And I'm just going to paint over the cinnamon cider part to get some glitter on there. That makes them shine a little bit more like, I guess chocolate usually doesn't glitter, but it does make it a little shiny. So I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, but it is really glittery in person. So then you die cut that out, and you'll come out with this one. And now I think we're ready to put this puppy together. Oh no, we do have some stamping. I'm going to be using, grab these. This one says today's plan, ... consume. So I'm going to grab my early espresso. I'm going to stamp this up at the top center of the circle. And then I've got a pink piece. This is Petal Pink. This is a 2 3/4 by, where'd it go? By 3 1/4. I'm going to take the one that says, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be 2. I'm going to stamp that in the center. There's so many cute sayings on this. I can't wait to make some more cards with this. It is so cute. I think that's all I need with this right now. Oh, one thing I almost forgot. So I'm going to grab my Petal Pink ink pad, and there is a little star on here. I thought this circle looked kind of plain. So I'm just going to stamp this all over, going around my words though. Doesn't matter, I'm going to be putting my chocolate die cut across here, so it's okay if it covers up some of these stars. But that looks pretty good. I might put a couple more here on top. Okay, so that's with the Petal Pink, so that just gives it a little more of a design. I like that. Okay, now I'm going to attach this. There we go. Almost couldn't find. You'd think I wouldn't lose this thing anymore. It's pretty big. Snail I always lost. Okay, put that in the center of my scallop circle. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on the card, where you can really see the snail on the early espresso. I don't know if you remember with the snail too, you'd end up getting little strips. Sometimes it wouldn't all come off. I'm not having that problem with this. Put this at the top a little bit, not quite in the center. Now we're going to show you this. This is my chocolate. I'm going to take that and see it's a lot easier to take the paper backing off of the letters. Peel this off. Be careful when you peel it because you don't want this to start stretching out. And so you've got this nice little paper backing, and there's nice shiny adhesive on there. I think you can see the shine. So that whole thing is covered up with adhesive, but nothing on the front. So I'm going to put my chocolate. And the neat thing with this dot, you could also even curl it if you wanted to, but I wanted mine to stay straight for this one. So we've got that on there. There we go. Today's plan, consume chocolate. And then we're going to put some, I almost said snail, Stampin' Seal across that. Put it here near the bottom. And it says, I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. Thought that was cute. Now I'm going to put this on with dimensionals, of course. I've always got to raise it. Well, not always. Sometimes I don't raise something up, but normally I do. Take that off. And I'm going to put it right here. There we go. So there's the front of the card. So anybody that loves chocolate would love to get this. Okay. Now I'm going to grab, we've got a little more stamping to do, especially since this is early espresso and really dark. I'm going to stamp chocolate. We even got the words and stamps. So here's chocolate. I'm going to stamp it with the pink. This is the petal pink. Put it down here in the bottom left corner. Oop, get back up on my screen. There we go. It is so easy to get out of that screen. And I don't think I've been looking at comments here lately. Sorry about that. Those of you on Facebook, if I miss one of yours, I'll be able to reply to your questions right below your comment. If you're on YouTube and I miss one of your questions, I can't comment and super chat once the video's over. Or live chat, whatever it's called. But I'll be able to, I'll answer your question. I'll be able to see them. I'll answer your questions and put them in the regular comments in the video. And then I'll pin them to the top so you can find them easily. So now we're going to take the early espresso, stamp that little chocolate candy. And one more thing, grab that cinnamon cider and color that in. There we go. So that's the inside of our card. Put that. I have to admit, the first time I used this, I had a little trouble getting it to work. And I think it was human error because this one I'm just started with this, I'm not having any problems with it. Okay, there we go. So we've got the inside done. So that's the one with the Nothing More Than bundle. So let me see if I can move some stuff around here and bring all the cards back in. So I got to use all 5 of the in colors with these cards. So I hope you enjoyed today's cards. Not sure what I'll be doing next week, but I'll be back again next Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope you enjoyed the cards. It was a lot of fun stamping with you guys. Thank you all for watching. Let me switch to me now. There we go. I love doing these lives. They're a lot of fun. I'm glad I've been able to be here with you this Friday. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Friday at 3 o'clock. Bye.